Hi, my name is Dylan Sun, and I will be going over my code for Assignment 6. Okay, so the two protocols that I chose was the weight tracker as well as flowers. So I'm first going to run my node. So you can see that once I run my node, all my services show on the node side. And then over here on the second terminal, I'm going to run client. So here's the menu that pops up for the user when they start the program. So I'm first going to go over weight tracker. So type in 3. So there gives us three options. We can either add weight, we could get the weight history, or we can calculate BMI. So I'm first going to add weight. So it prompts me to enter a name, and then it prompts me to enter a weight. So I'm going to put 170, and my weight is now entered. So we can also get the weight history, and so I'm going to enter a name of the person who I want to get the history of. So I'm going to put Dylan, and you can see that my weight history is 170 pounds. Okay, and so my data is stored inside of weights.json. So you can see that I have a name as well as the weight that's stored with it. And then so the third option is that we can calculate the BMI of the person. So first enter a weight. So I'm going to put 180, enter a height, put in 5. And then so now it prompts me to either enter imperial or metric units. So initially on the weight I didn't put the units for the weight because I don't know if the person wants imperial or metric. But assuming that they enter it in whatever preference that they want, I could just start off with imperial, and my BMI is now calculated. So the second protocol I'm going to go through is flowers. So I type in 4, and then I have 4 options now. I can either plant flowers, view all flowers, water a flower, care for a flower. So I'm going to plant a flower. I'm going to call it Lily. And then so this is the number of times that I need to water before it blooms. So maybe 1 time. And then the bloom time in hours is how long before it starts blooming. So I'll put in 1. And then you can see that the flower is planted successfully. Now I could view all the flowers, and you can see that Lily is a flower that was planted, and the water times, the bloom times, and the state is updated. So I can go ahead and water the flower. So I want to water a flower named Lily. And so the flower is not found because I added a space at the end, but I'm going to try that again. See, water flower. I'm going to name it Lily. And you can see that the flower was successfully watered. So now if I view the flower, the water times is now 0 and the bloom time is now set at 1 hour. And you can see that the state of it is blooming. So now I can care for a flower. So if I want to care for a flower called Lily, the bloom time is now increased. So go to view all flowers. And so yeah, the bloom time is an hour still because it counts down. Um, the bloom time only takes in an hour and it doesn't take in the minutes. So it's currently only an hour. So I'm going to try watering it again. I mean, really. Okay, so now the water was cared for, the flower is cared for, and the bloom time is now 2 hours. So take note, this is like 1 hour 59 seconds, 59 minutes. And the final protocol that I have is cat adoption. And so this protocol essentially asks the user if he wants to adopt a cat, put up a cat for adoption, or list all the cats. So if I try to list all the cats, it's going to ask me to enter the species. So I'm going to put calico, enter the color black, and there's no cats. So I'm going to first put a cat up for adoption. I'm going to enter the cat's name. I'm going to name it John. The species, calico, and the color is going to be black. And the cat has been put up for adoption. Now when I list all the cats, I enter the species, black, sorry, messed that up. Let me try that again. Calico, the black cat. And you can see that a cat with that ID, with the name John, is now adopted. So I'm going to try adopting a cat. So I'm going to enter the cat ID. So this is the cat ID that was printed. And so I'm going to copy that over and enter it. And it's going to ask me for the name of the adopter, so I'm going to put my name. And you can see that the cat was adopted successfully. Okay. And then for the second portion, for the third portion, where we had to create the client, I was not able to get it working completely. However, I do have the client2 code commented out. This is essentially basically pseudocode. It's almost working, but I have the main idea laid out for getting the services, adding numbers to the services, and allowing the user to execute on those services. So yeah, thank you.